Hello everyone, this is Bill Griffin. Welcome to Different Take Podcast. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Really appreciate watching. I recently started utilizing Twitter, and some of the tweets that I see are really, really amazing in their, honestly, their stupidity. So I've seen a few of these. Some are prominent people, but I'll start with people that I've never heard from. I just want to go through a few of these tweets. So this is from someone, Roy W. at Roy Wedgwood. He is replying to Kayleigh McEnany. The topic is, he has it in his head that the Holocaust is being incorrectly taught and his response to Kayleigh McEnany is, exactly, you do want them to learn about it, meaning the Holocaust, but as a celebration of fascism rather than a tragedy. So he has it in his head that conservatives or people he, I would assume, calls right-wing or Republicans want to celebrate the Holocaust. That's amazing. I'm not familiar with this celebration idea, but I will say it is common in my lifetime that if you want to throw mud at the people that you don't agree with, you call them Nazis. That's what you do. This is from a tweet from Doc Bristow, and he's replying to Rand Paul. Rand Paul tweeted about minors receiving hormone blockers, or puberty blockers, I should say. And he doesn't like this. So his response is, well, Republicans want underage marriage, usually because of rape, which I don't support, but sounds like you folks do. Well, I'm not familiar with this. I'm not familiar with this widespread. I'm not sure who means with Republicans. People use Republicans or Democrats. They use the term very, you don't know, and this is purposeful. It's kind of opaque who you're referring to. You're referring to voters, you're referring to politicians, you're referring to the actual Republican Party members. So we don't know, but he doesn't like Republicans, so he accuses them of supporting underage marriage. Really stupid tweet. This is from Matthew Young. He's replying to Michael Steele, Tucker Carlson at Fox News. Tweets, time for St. George's School, whose headmaster's daughter he married, and Trinity College to revoke Tucker Carlson's diploma and degree and issue statements condemning his lying, hypocrisy, fear of his MAGA audience, and placing ratings and money above honor and truth. So according to Matthew Young, the high school, I guess, or prep school that Tucker Carlson attended and the college he attended should revoke his degree and diploma, condemn him because he is lying, and blah, blah, blah. It's really a stupid tweet because if someone is that horrible, they wouldn't completely dominate the cable news market. Tucker Carlson is completely dominant. So this fellow wouldn't care about him if he were, if they were the lowest rating, wouldn't care one bit. But because people listen to Tucker Carlson and he has to come up with this. I think what he's referring to is the January 6th video that Tucker Carlson reported on his program. But at any rate, I find this pretty ridiculous. It's not going to happen. What he's asking for, he is, or Tucker Carlson has been attacked ever since he came on Fox News and the time slot he's in. He's been attacked nonstop. People have been trying to get him off the air for years. I don't think Fox News would even contemplate removing Tucker Carlson for any reason. But if they were, we would land somewhere else and his audience would go with him. This is from Laura J., and she is replying to Rand Paul. Same topic as earlier, where he's referring to state law or some states passing laws to prevent administering of puberty blockers and surgeries on what people call trans minors. And she says, no doctor would amputate a healthy hand and no doctor would perform an operation on the sex organs of a minor unless medically necessary. Okay. The word it's actually, I think, a pretty decent analogy, except for one thing. She's proving the point she doesn't want to prove. She says no doctor would amputate a healthy hand. The key word is healthy. She does not say, and no doctor would perform an operation on the healthy sex organs of a minor, because it wouldn't be medically necessary if they were healthy, and no decent doctor would do such a thing. It's really against the idea that first rule of medicine, do no harm. So what could possibly be wrong with waiting until the person is adult and counseling the minor to wait until they're adult to make this absolutely serious decision, life-changing decision? But in her mind, Laura J's mind, well, a doctor wouldn't do this unless it's medically necessary. Well, what is medically necessary? And there's no way that performing an operation on, it's not unreasonable, is it, to say that you would not perform an operation on healthy, any part of the body, particularly reproductive organs. Now I have 3 more tweets. These are well-known people. This is from Rob Reiner. Trump is again threatening violence. That this sociopath ever sat in the Oval Office is the greatest stain on the presidency in American history. So the people that voted for Donald Trump, it's not ever said about any other president. It's actually elected by the citizens of the United States. And Rob Reiner does not appreciate this at all. That the people have a voice. That's my opinion. And the interesting thing about Rob Reiner, actor who he's from an acting family. His father, Carl Reiner, is actually kind of pretty funny. Rob Reiner is not very funny at all. But he's worked in Hollywood, making movies and so forth. Not very good movies, but he came to prominence known as Meathead. Well, a lot of people still call him Meathead on Twitter. And he gets a lot of responses. And I think he has some sort of weird fetish to have, because 95% of the comments are not, they're disagreeable to Rob Reiner. But the interesting thing about his Twitter account is you look at the feed and it is nothing but anti-Trump, every single post. I dare say there are hundreds and hundreds of posts, maybe thousands of tweets, that are anti-Trump. I think it's ironic that the same people that claim that they're protecting democracy because of January 6th committee and so forth, they're so anti-Trump, they're claiming to protect democracy, will do anything possible to remove their political opponent from the ballot to prevent people from exercising the democracy they claim they're trying to protect. It's kind of ironic. This short tweet from Adam Kinzinger. Crimea is Ukraine. So, very short. Interesting thing is you say this declaratively. Now, I suppose you could argue this, but the problem is, for a lot of people, is, whoa, wait a minute. Crimea wasn't always part of Ukraine. It was part of Russia. Something like 80% of the people there speak Russian. Only 10% is their first language. 10% Ukrainian is the first language. So it's predominantly Russian speaking. There was a NBC News reporter that I'm sure Adam Kinzinger, follows the news, would know this, should know, that national news, NBC reporter in Crimea asked a citizen if she's Russian. She's an older lady. She gives him a look as if he's lost his mind and said, well, of course I'm Russian. Of course we are Russian. And this reporter, through doing this on NBC News, he's a British fellow. I don't know his name. I'd have to look it up. But point is, the Ukrainian government has blocked him from entering Ukraine. This reporter cannot go to Ukraine because of this news story. But Adam Kinzinger says definitively Crimea is Ukraine, implying that the United States government should send young men and women over there to die to take back Crimea for Ukraine. Adam Kinzinger is not nearly concerned about, and a lot of leftists and neocons don't care about the border of the United States, they only care about the borders of other countries. Crimea is Ukraine. Stupid tweet. And this is the last tweet from President Biden. If extreme MAGA House Republicans' proposals become reality, services at 125 air traffic control towers would be shut down and passengers at some large airports would face wait times of 2 hours or more. So Joe Biden has been doing this ever since and before, during his campaign, but since he's become president, he calls his political opponents, levels pejoratives at them, white supremacists, extreme MAGA, fascist, on and on and on. You might remember the crazy speech with the really horrific backdrop. Some people compare it with Nazi or Hitler's speeches. The production quality was so dark, eerie, spooky. At any rate, this is commonplace for Joe Biden to tweet these dumb things that, well, if you don't do what I say, all these calamities are going to happen. Because the government is, we have to spend a lot of money and in the way that I say, or these horrible things are going to happen. As if this really would happen on a daily basis. If you've done any kind of flying, and I fly quite a bit, politicians aren't going to let this happen, of any party. But Joe Biden does these sorts of tweets and go through his feed. This is common. This is common for him to tweet these really stupid things. And a lot of people, it's amazing, a lot of people actually buy this kind of garbage. But at any rate, there's a few tweets that I've seen. You see really some amazingly stupid things on social media. It's amazing to me that people do this. But there are a lot of people that quote or tweet very intelligent things. But when you get into calling names and not being reasonable and only seeing things through a tunnel, you're going to tweet stupid things. That's my episode today. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you.